He's like love, 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 and music. La la la, love, 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 and music. Love, love.
Hello, everyone. Thank you for tuning in. I am Jay Lee. This is Jay Lee's Corner. This is my review for Catfish, Season 7, Episode 17. I hope you guys will enjoy this review because, it's almost like this episode, it was good because you was like, oh, really? But at the same time, I'm like, how many more episodes can they do that's kind of like, I don't know. If you have not done so already, please take a moment to subscribe to my channel, and do not forget that once you are a subscriber, to make sure to hit the notification bell because it lets you know when I have new videos up. So this episode is for Nay and Brandon, okay? So Nay is 19. Her real name was something, but she says it's hard to pronounce, so she went by Nay. Nay is 19. She's from Ohio. Brandon is from I'm sorry, somebody was sending me messages. Brandon's from Pennsylvania. He's 18 years old. And, she's a young black girl. He's a young a young white guy. And I was like, let's just say this right now, she getting catfish. And I know it would kind of sound, you know what I'm saying? Was it because how she looked? It's just something about her hair that said to me, she getting catfish. Because I'm like, you sent the whole video to Neve and them, and your hair just wasn't right. Like, you can put up in a bun or nothing. Maybe. Anyway, so she brings up how her and a guy met on Tinder. Tinder is the devil. People say to me, I've met guys on Tinder, and we're boyfriend and girlfriend now. Tinder is no longer a place to only hook up. Just like I said before, I'll never find out. I don't trust Tinder. I don't trust Plenty of Fish. Okay, I don't. At all. Maybe I'll sign for Match. But I don't know if anybody in my area, does Match stuff. I don't know. Anyway, so, she's saying how they met on Tinder or whatever. They've been talking for about 6 months. 6 months isn't that long. So 6 months isn't long enough for me to call her a complete idiot. You know what I'm saying? I think anything like past 6 months, you're a complete idiot, because within the first 6 months, a lot things can kind of be like, oh, well, I'm just kind of getting to know you, whatever. We're not a full-fledged couple. So she brings up how they've only spoke like on the phone one time. And I'm looking like, what? Okay, now you're stupid. Excuse me, I'm so sorry. She says how they used to talk either on Tinder or via text, and that's really it. And she's like, well, I called him the one time because my sister said that he's probably a catfish, and I told her that wasn't true. She's a twin sister. And then so I called him for him to prove that he wasn't a catfish. She said the one time I called him and said, my sister said that you're a catfish. I let her know that you're not a catfish. She said he got pissed off. Like, I'm not a catfish. Why would you say that? He got pissed off and kind of stopped talking to her. I was like, first of all, that means he is a goddamn catfish, because if he was not a catfish, he would have met you. Okay? Anyone who's not a catfish would have met you by now, okay? If you're not a catfish, you meet within the first month, okay? If you're not a catfish, you meet. You go meet. You go to the damn local Starbucks, to local Dunkin' Donuts. Hell, go to Target, because Target has a whole food court in the front by the door. So if it's some bullshit, you can leave it very quickly, okay? I don't drink coffee. I can meet you at the Target, the little food thing. I'm gonna get me a little icy, little Coke, little cherry icy. I said we can sit down real quick. I can say, hey, you're a real person. Hey, yes, I am. And we can chit chat, and that way it ain't like a real date. It's a let me see if you're a real person or not meeting. And I don't want to meet you anywhere that isn't public, because I don't want you to be killing me, because that's what people do from Tinder or whatever. Anyway, so, but she then says that they start talking back again after he got over it. She brings up how he's supposedly, and I'm back, had to take a quick phone call from someone, but you know what I'm saying, we cooking with grease now. So she then brought up how he is supposedly famous on Vine, and I'm like, well, first of all, is Vine still a thing? Like, I mean, how do people still do Vines? I don't know if they do. I've never watched Vine, but he's supposedly a Vine star, and I'm like, well, if he a Vine star, why she couldn't find him on Vine? But that's neither here nor there. So they fly her out to LA basically, so they can kind of figure out who he is. But I'm like, why, when supposedly the person lives close to her, like, why wouldn't they fly to her? Anyway, they want to just, I guess, send her to California. So she brings up how she's not good with relationships, how her first boyfriend cheated on her for 9 months. I said, that's a whole goddamn baby. He cheated on you for a whole goddamn baby baking session. But she said, I dated him from for 3 years, like in high school, like from freshman year to junior year. She said, then after that, my boyfriend had a girlfriend. Well, no, bitch, she said she was basically a side chick. I'm like, did she just admit on national television she was a side chick? Girl, bye. So, you know, she said one time she did ask him if they can FaceTime. He said okay, but then he never like came back and responded and like FaceTimed her. I said again, girl, you getting catfish, okay? You getting cat fish, bitch. And if it's the weirdest thing to where when the people won't FaceTime them and they won't call them, how they don't think catfish. I don't get it. Like if I meet you and we don't talk on the phone, or if I say call me, you like, no, I can't call right now. No, bruh, they don't want to talk to you. I'm good. I just don't get how they keep going after not being able to communicate with them, besides on these weird ass apps, and via text to fake ass phone numbers. So, you know, she then said we were supposed to meet up one time, like in a mutual place, and she said someone texted her from the dude's phone and said, oh, something really, really bad happened. He can't make it. He gonna talk to you later. She then said the next day he texted her and said, yeah, something really bad did happen, and I don't want to talk about it. Well, bitch, we can't talk. Okay, because one, you can't make it, you can't show up, you can't text me, you can't call me, you can't FaceTime, you can't video chat me, and now you won't pop up and bad shit keep happening. It's the omen from Jesus that we're not supposed to be together. But I digress. Anyway, they go to his IG page. The IG page has 80,000 subscribers. Okay, I said okay, and 2 photos. I say, bitch, really? 2? Not 6, not 10, not 20, 2 photos. And Max looks like he's completely over catfish. He's checked out. You know, this is Max's last season. He's quitting, but he's leaving the series. I do wonder who they're going to get to replace him. I would love it, honestly, if it was Charlemagne. Well, no, we can't do that because he got things going on right now. But I needed to be someone interesting, because Max used to be all into the discovering shit. He be sitting back like, it's a catfish, it's some bullshit, you should know. Like, he is completely over it or whatever. So yeah. So we do see them do their little I Spy private eye session, and you know, basically they come up with nothing. Like, they found the IG page with the two pictures. They found a Facebook page where he's basically friends with just like 5,000 females and like a couple guys. So they found the one guy who lives in the same town that he said he's from, and they call that guy. They sent him a message. He calls them. He said, well, yeah, he do know him. He's met him in real life. He's a real person. He said, because he was sleeping with my girlfriend. I say, and they said, and y'all friends now? He said, yeah, because he was cool, so we became friends. Y'all sleep with... You know what, people? Anyway, they say, oh, do you have his number? He said, well, no, I don't have his number. We talk on Twitter. I was surprised they did not say what's his Twitter name, what was his Twitter handle. But, I mean, I guess at this point, they didn't get no fucks. But so they had nothing. The phone number came up with nothing. The Twitter, because she didn't have nothing but a phone number and the IG page and the Tinder account. I don't think they're going to swipe left or right on his Tinder account. So it was just nothing. And I'm like, well, this is a boring ass episode. At this point, I said, this is why the show needs to end, because you have nothing. Or maybe this is a dumb episode as far as her was concerned. So they tell her they have nothing, basically. They said, well, let's just call him. Okay, let's just call him, let him know that we're here or whatever. They call the phone, and it's like no voicemail or whatever. You can't leave a message, no one's answering because they're not taking calls or messages at this time. They then send a text message. He doesn't respond to the text message at all, so they send him a message on Instagram. When they send him a message on Instagram, no, when they send the text, her sister called, and I said, now, I said, is it the sister? Like, is the sister catfishing her? Excuse me. Because she said how she was always talking to her sister about how bad she is in relationships. So I'm like, is the sister making a fake guy so that her sister won't have all these fucked up relationships? And it kind of just went too far. Is what I assumed this to be. So they talk or whatever. And then, you know, I then say maybe it's not her. Because she said, like, if he's, because she kept talking like, if it's not him, and when she comes home, I'm just gonna say I told you so and console her, but I'm gonna say I told you so. And to me, that didn't seem catfish-ish. I'm like, she kept playing it as if it wasn't her, so I don't think, you know, she was just talking like it wouldn't be her. So they just said, well, you know what I'm saying, fine, we don't care. The next day, they get either, was it a phone call or a text from the Brandon guy saying how, no, I take that back. The guy still had not responded. So Neve go ask his wife, like, this was going on. It's kind of weird. She then says, well, maybe he thinks it's her just saying she's here, and he didn't take you guys serious. So, like, send him a video so you can see, hey, it's really us, and, you know, we're doing this or whatever. So he does a little video. The guy does send a message and say, hey, I'm busy. I'm with my family, and I can't meet up or whatever. I'm sorry. So then they call Nay, and she's like, oh my God, like, Brandon called me, the guy. And they're like, what? And then she's like, yeah, he called me and said he wants to meet with me. He know I'm here doing this, but he does not want any cameras. You know, she said, but I don't feel safe doing that. I said, well, you know what? You was a bright goddamn. You was smart. You was intelligent. Okay, you was very good right there. So they're like, you know what? We'll be there in a minute. Don't worry about it, whatever. And they're like, but wait, how was he in L.A.? Like, why would he come to L.A.? He wouldn't meet you in your own hometown. You know what I'm saying? That's really weird or whatever. To me, that is weird too, because again, he can't just happen to live in L.A. and she in L.A. and for him to fly to LA and not drive to her city when they less than an hour apart was crazy to me. So they get there and they like, well, what you want to do? So she said, well, I want to know who it is, but I don't want to not have it on film. So they say, well, text him, give him the address here, and I'll wait outside. Neve will. He said that when he pulls up, I'll see if he wants us to film it or not, but that way I'll see who he is first, and then, you know, we can see what's gonna happen from there. So the guy get there, it's her fucking ex-boyfriend. Okay, I'm like, this motherfucker, cause she come outside, cause Neve see him and talk to him or whatever. And he said, well, can we bring the cameras out or whatever? The guy said, yeah, I was trying not to do this on camera, but I mean, I guess I got no choice now. Well, you never do on Catfish. And when she come out, she looked pissed. Are you fucking kidding me? Are you fucking kidding? I'm like, girl, who is it? And they're like, do you know him? She says, it's my ex-boyfriend. Okay, it's the guy who I told y'all treated me really, really bad. It's the guy that she dated for 3 years in high school who cheated on her for 9 months. First of all, if you cheat on me for 9 months, for 9 consecutive months, bitch, we can't ever get back together. Like, ever. But on the hindsight, you know how young you are from freshman year to junior year. I was between the ages of 14 and, 16? I turned 18 in 2000. So, yeah, I was, between the ages of 14 to 17. You know what I'm saying? So, you do dumb stuff. So, I do feel like if that was a few years ago, people do grow up. You know what I'm saying? You do kind of grow up. But I'm like, you was kids. You know what I'm saying? So, I see it both ways. As an adult, you can't cheat on me and I think you changed. But I'm like, a guy from high school when we was freshmen, he out here fucking whatever. Okay? Girl, bye. But again, you can't be cheating when you got a girlfriend. So I can see both sides of him being young and dumb and saying, I've learned from my lesson or whatever. But she was pissed. I'm like, he must have did a whole bunch of cheating and she was a whole bunch mad. So, you know, he made a whole my eye is going crazy. He made a whole Tinder account because he said he knew he heard from a friend that she was on Tinder looking for people or whatever. So he made a Tinder account. And then when they say, well, how did you know what kind of picture to put that she would like? He then said, when we was together, she kind of said how she would like, you know what I'm saying, tall, black, blonde, blue-eyed white guys. Now, see, the reason that was weird to me was because he was the complete opposite of that. I mean, why my eyes going crazy? I mean, he wasn't tall. I mean, he's not short, but he was a chocolate, brown-eyed, you know, I'll say he was cute-ish. You know what I'm saying? He needed his haircut. He could have got a haircut to come on the show, but whatever. I think when he get older, he'll be cute if he gets himself together. But yeah, I'm like, he was the complete opposite. So I'm almost like, why would you date him if you want a blind, blue-eyed, tall, white guy? But again, he says, so he picked a picture. He said, I Googled tall, blonde, white guy, and that's the picture that came up. So I just used that one. And then it's also used the same name. And because they was like, well, do you know, Matt? There was a dude who they had called who said the guy slept with his girlfriend. Or did he know the people who picture he used? Like, no, I just picked someone random. They're like, well, damn, that means Matt is really friends with a guy who fucked his girl. I said, well, that's kind of crazy too. Anyway, he like, I really care for you now. I love you still. You know what I'm saying? I hope this will show you how far I went to get you back. I say this ninja is crazy. Okay, he is delusional. Okay, he is trying to hoodwink, bamboozle you, and just led you astray. Girl, bye. She's pissed. Okay, she is pissed off. Talking about, he said, I changed. I learned my lesson. I shouldn't have done you dirty or whatever. I'm sorry. She like, what the fuck was your goddamn antennas when I wanted you back? When I wanted you back, you had no time for me. When I wanted to be with you, you had no time for me. When I wanted to be your girlfriend, you had no time to treat me right. And I told you beforehand we could not get back together. So it seemed like the reason she was so upset was because I guess he had tried to keep getting back with her through her sister. Well, my sister told you when she wasn't responding, and she told you that I was not trying to get back with you, like you didn't get that. And he talking like, but I want you. I want to be with you. And she like, bruh, it ain't no way on God's green we get back together. No, thank you. No. She then realized, but wait, I talked to you on the phone, and it wasn't your voice. Who fucking voice was that? He then said, I had my teammate, because he went to college. I had my teammate do the phone because I knew I could not talk to you because you wouldn't know my voice. I say he did a whole lot. Okay, look, he's crazy. Okay, crazy. Okay, crazy. Boy, bye. Anyway, her whole face is like, cause I just hope she can forgive me and maybe we can be together and she can realize how much I love her. And her whole face is like, fuck you, hell no, I heard it all before. I'm done. And she did say, look, you've complained before. You said that you changed before. Like, I've heard it all before multiple times, bruh. I'm done. We're not getting back together. Okay? You ain't nothing. No. We can't work it out. I told you that. And I think that's the reason he was more pissed. Like, he know this and he still put me through this bullshit. You should have stopped talking to him 3 months ago. Okay? Matter of fact, no, 4 months ago. Okay? We couldn't talk to him. Anyway. They then have him, they FaceTime her twin sister because he had been talking to his twin sister trying to get back with her. And so they're like, we want the sister to see who Brandon really is. So they FaceTime the sister and she's like, oh, what happened? And Neve says, Brandon wants to talk to you. The ex-boyfriend comes down and she's like, no, you're Brandon? And she's like, what the fuck is... So she's shocked too. Like, I never thought it would be him or whatever. It's kind of crazy. And that was the whole goddamn episode. I mean, they did not get back together even months after. She's moved on. He's moved on. And that was it. So, I'm done. Look, if you are talking to a guy or a girl, okay, and they will not FaceTime you there's so much technology to see someone, okay? Again, y'all know the rules. You ask them for a photo, okay? Tell them to hold up today's paper, a spoon, a particular Jello cup, okay? And tell them to put on a particular color shirt, okay? And then they have to say, the cat in the hat ate 2 fish by the sea. 1 fish, 2 fish, red fish, blue fish. They have to say that, and that's the only way you know it ain't them. And at the end of the day, people, always tip your waiters. Okay, I'm done. Peace.